Don in London, hello. It's the 7th of March, March 7th, 2013. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. My addictive substance was alcohol, so my name is Don. I'm an alcoholic in recovery, one day at a time. And my behaviour towards people, places and things, wanting to be with the right people, in the right place, doing the right things, having the right things. I'm never quite sure whether I got there or not. And that was part of the problem, trying to be perfect when I was never so. So, what helps me keep sober today? With the help of professionals, they tried me out, and then they suggested I might try a fellowship called Alcoholics Anonymous. Alcoholics Anonymous is a place where I get experience, strength and hope from other people about how to stay sober. And on my videos, although I share about how AA helps me, I don't represent AA in any shape or form, and I don't represent you if you're in the fellowship, as you know, because we only speak for ourselves where and when and how we choose. So I choose to share experience, strength and hope here because I was asked and now answered. And I do share about what fellowship is, otherwise how else would you know about it if you're new, or if you just want some words which have come from other people over the years sharing their wisdom. So what is AA? First of all, this is the AA preamble, which is shared at every meeting. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied it's not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And a bit of a departure from how I do these videos normally. I usually write something early in the morning. But today I went out for breakfast with my sister, who happens to be in London for the day. So I went down to where she is staying, had a very nice breakfast, saw a good friend on the way home, and then what about a video for today, all about recovery? I think it's still full of bacon. Actually, I didn't have bacon, I had sausage and egg. And some very nice coffee. I've got some very nice coffee now. So I drink coffee, not alcohol, and I was a 24/7 drinker by the end of my days of drinking. I couldn't stop, no matter what I did. And somehow I asked for help. And it was not the fellowship of AA to start with. As I say, it was suggested to me. Very last place I would want to go, because it meant giving up my best friend, which was drink. Because drink offered oblivion, drink offered a way never to wake up again in the end. That's where I got to. And even these days I can have days like that. Life can be difficult. I have clinical depression, which is a condition which doesn't go away. It can be helped with professional help. And the fellowship provides me with great support, a place to see people I know, make friends and work out how these darn steps, these 12 steps that we have, principles of living, which help me every day. So what are these 12 steps? Step 1 was admitting I was powerless over alcohol, and if I were to drink again, life would get unmanageable. Step 2 came to believe that a power greater than me could restore me to sanity, and that power greater than me is represented in the wisdom learned from others, outside fellowship and inside fellowship. Obviously inside fellowship, a lot to do with how the 12 steps work. And the power greater than me is the truth, love and wisdom shared, wherever it is on the planet, about how to do something today. So rather than having to work it all out for myself and be completely self-sufficient, I found independence in accepting there are powers greater than me. That's step 2. And then step 3, letting go and letting good things happen. And it's about, again, interdependence, and independence based on accepting there are powers greater than me who are on my side. If only I could ask for their help. So I had to develop some humility. Step 4, the fearless moral inventory, to sort out the torments over the years. It's a self-appraisal of the good bits and the bad bits. What made life work, my assets, and what made life difficult, my liabilities. And in doing this fearless moral inventory, step 5 then became sharing this knowledge with another human being and accepting the truth of who I am on a daily basis. I have assets and liabilities. My assets are in the form of courage to change, faith in doing the next right thing, and developing confidence that it's okay to be a learner every single day. And my liabilities would be fear, putting on a brave face or a poker face, and my ego covering up some form of shame and guilt about being inadequate in some way. And what I've learned is I'm not inadequate. I may not know things. There may be a deficit, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It means there is an opportunity to learn more about courage, faith and confidence. So step 6 was admitting all my defects of character, mainly around fear, brave facing and ego. And step 7, developing the courage, faith and confidence to keep on going, one day at a time. Step 8, willing to make a list of amends willing to write a list of amends, and also willing to make those amends if necessary, and if possible without, and this is where it comes in, step 9 was making the amends without doing further harm. Step 10 is the spot check inventory, and step 11 is about prayer and meditation any time of day. And my most favourite form of meditation is always the serenity prayer, can do, can't do, and the wisdom to know the difference. A restoration to sanity when there's madness about me. And step 12 is about sharing the message with other people as best I can. Not pushing the message on anyone, but sharing a message of experience, strength and hope which will help others. And practicing these 12-step principles in all my affairs. And on this little coin here, you can't see the writing, but it has the spiritual concepts on it. On the front it says 12 steps. Practice these principles in all our affairs. And the actual spiritual principles starts with acceptance. Acceptance of me, how I am today. How am I feeling? Not too bad. I've seen my sister and a friend back on the way, and a nice chat with a lady in the supermarket as well. So acceptance of life and life's terms. This is as good as it can be, and this is the best I can be right now. Good, bad or ugly, and I feel fairly good. It then says surrender. And what does surrender to me mean? It means accepting with humility the limits and my capacities. Surrendering the idea that I know better than you, because I don't. So I may take on board advice where it is offered and suggested. Problem is, if you tell me what to do, well, I might tell you to get lost. But I don't, because there's humility. I have humility today. Then faith in doing the next right thing, faith in a higher power, got all that. But it's not necessarily the way you have faith and the way you have a higher power, because you're entitled to see it the way you see it, and I respect that. So it's a two-way respect thing, faith. Faith that you're doing the best you can, and faith that I'm doing the best I can. And sometimes we will find conflict, and then we might find resolution, or sometimes we just walk away from each other. We don't have to be right. Immovable objects we can be. And then the next one, open-mindedness. I'd completely closed down by the time I got to AA, and I had no idea what to do. How to live with an open mind, which, in fact, I was empty. I was empty of understanding my feelings, which all came rushing back later. And then being open-minded to keep on changing as life changes, as the circumstances around which I live change. And not keep trying to do the same thing over and over again. The next one is about honesty. Honesty with myself, and honesty with other people, which can be very difficult, because there are still parts of me I'm not too happy about, because I'm a human, and I'm not striving to be perfect anymore. I'm striving to make progress to whatever I am able to do just for today. I may have longer term goals around some things, like photographing London all year long if I can, but I am limited in what I can do with mobility, so I have to be careful. And then, honesty, telling the truth, being able to be loving and learn wisdom each day on all of that, is about willingness to participate with life, willingness to participate and change my outlook. The moral inventory, being aware of what can go wrong. I can become closed down, dishonest and full of crap if I don't understand what is going on around me, and I get fearful. So the moral inventory has helped me say to myself, the best way forward is to have courage to change, faith in doing the next right thing, and develop confidence that it's okay to make mistakes all day long. And some days it all feels like a mistake because it hasn't worked out. And the amends part, the amends these days, sometimes I've missed something from my past and it comes up and hits me straight in the face, and I don't know what to do about it. I may need to ask for help. But amends generally on a daily basis is in how I live today. The living amend is living open, honest and willing in life, to take on any endeavour which I might be capable of doing and is right for me, and if I feel like it. And I often say, if you're not quite sure where you are with life, an emphatic no is better than a half-hearted yes. I was sharing this with my sister, and she said, yes, an emphatic no is better than a half-hearted yes. She said, what does that mean? So it's okay not to feel like doing something and say so. And if a person persists in trying to make you do something you don't want to do because you just don't feel like it, you can tell them where to go. And she thought it was very funny. But it's true, a lot of us keep on doing things because we're asked and we feel obligated. It depends really what our obligations are and who is asking. But be open to it. Persistence in recovery is about accepting that life is going to be difficult, and if life is difficult it ceases to be a problem of difficulty. It's more about the solution we can come to, working together with other people. Spiritual growth, well, you see, for me spiritual is truth, love and wisdom in the moment of now. That's my spiritual connection to reality, life on life's terms, seeing the truth of now, being able to love what is going on with people, loving people and being loved back, which is very hard sometimes. How do you get to be loved back? And the simple answer is accept it. You don't have to do anything unless they ask you. Unconditional love requires no conditions to it, and this concept of love is something that grows and grows and grows. So it is persistence and spiritual growth. So truth, love and wisdom are my keystones. Not knowing is good, finding out is good, covering up not so helpful, and service, doing what we can to help people. It doesn't mean we can help face to face all the time, it doesn't mean we can help one to one all the time, but just by being in fellowship and being a part of, being friendly, being understanding, being always forgiving of a newcomer. And if we can be forgiving of a newcomer who's finding it a bit of a struggle to get to the truth of their situation, remind yourself to forgive yourself on a daily basis, because the old behaviour can come back. We can get frightened, we can put on a brave face or a poker face because life feels awkward, and ego can cover up the shame and guilt and stop us having humility to keep on learning. Keep going for courage, keep going for faith, and keep going for confidence. So that's me today. One of the coins, all about unity, service and recovery, the 12 traditions and the 12 steps. And I may make some changes in the way I do things, because it takes several hours to put these videos together with the words, and you know, things are changing around me, so I don't think I'm going to have as much time to do these videos both with words and the video. I may just have to do the video and be self-reliant on memory, which is never such a good idea in my case because I can be so forgetful. But if I keep in touch by doing a video, maybe that will be enough for one day. The literature of AA is out there on the AA website, and I thoroughly recommend reading the AA Big Book if you can, just small bits at a time. And if you're not up to reading at the moment, I have made videos where you can just listen and I share the words that are in the books. I don't know how good that is or bad that is, but it's there if it's needed. So everything helps in fellowship, and you help yourself most if you have humility to learn. And if somebody puts you down because you don't know something, all you need to say is, well, I may be this age, but this is beyond my life experience. That's not my fault, it's just the way life is. And the thing about the 12 steps is they only work when you've got life experience to work with. So today, step 1, powerless. If I drink, life will get unmanageable. It's the very last thing on my mind. But I'm still powerless over people, places and things. And some of the people in my life may ask me to do things I don't want to do, and I don't need to do, and I just don't feel like it, and it's nothing to do with fellowship. So I say no to those things. And I can say no. Gandhi said an emphatic no is better than a half-hearted yes. So that will be happening today. Step 6 and 7 are the swing steps, if you like. Some people call it the psychic shift from old life to new life. That's what it is, the old life, full of fear, brave facing and ego, and then step 7, stepping into the new life with courage to change, faith in doing the next right thing, and a bit of confidence. And this video has all been about experience, strength and hope, sharing it in the moment of now. So the serenity, I dropped my coin. Doesn't matter. The serenity prayer. To God or in good conscience. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God, grant me the serenity, or restore me to sanity. That's the way I see it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is just for today.